In this video, we will be discussing the difference between expansionary fiscal policy and contractionary fiscal policy. To begin, however, let's first discuss fiscal policy in general, and then we'll come back to the expansionary and contractionary distinction. Fiscal policy relates to the budgetary decisions that Congress can take in order to ensure that we have a healthy, steady economy. Now, what do we mean exactly when we're talking about budgetary decisions? Well, it all has to do with how the government spends its money and how it makes money. Now, it can spend its money in a variety of ways. For example, infrastructure, for instance. The government can decide to build bridges or even highways. But it can also spend its money through welfare programs such as Social Security benefits or unemployment benefits. And to fund all this spending, the government makes money by collecting taxes, like income taxes or corporate or business taxes. So there are many ways in which the government can spend and collect money. But for clarity, let's consider them abstractly as ways in which the government can spend money and ways in which the government can collect money. Now, suppose we're in the state of the world where the economy has faced a recession, or maybe experienced heavy unemployment, or is just generally on the decline. Then Congress wants to boost the economy by putting more money in the hands of the individual. And in that way, the individual can spend money and activate the economy. These types of policies to correct for this decline fall under expansionary policies, and it effectively increases the aggregate demand curve and raises economic activity. This happens by increasing government spending and decreasing taxes. Increasing government spending, say in the form of infrastructure, like building bridges and highways, essentially puts more jobs out in the economy and people are able to work. And by providing more in welfare programs, people will have more money to be able to spend. And so by putting more money in the hands of individuals, the government is able to kind of boost the economy, which is why we call it an expansionary policy. Now, the cons of this is that it lowers government revenue, and as it's spending so much money, it's going to have to increase the deficit and thereby increase the debt. So all of this was under the discussion that the economy has faced a recession. But what if it's not doing that bad? What if it's doing well? Well, potentially there might be a state of the world in which the economy is growing too quickly. Now, one might rightly ask, why would a growing economy be bad? Well, we want our economy to grow, of course. That's what we want. But we don't want it to grow too quickly. One of the consequences of extremely fast growth is unimpeded inflation. That is, the price levels rise. And in fact, they might rise even more quickly than we are able to adapt. And so Congress wants to control this growth and slow it down. And it can do this by enacting the opposite of expansionary policies. That is, it can enact contractionary policies. We want to shift the aggregate demand curve to the left by decreasing government spending and increasing taxes. Now, this is not really a favorable stance, mainly because people prefer hearing that the government will be giving money to you, not that they're going to be increasing taxes and taking money away from you. So one of the reasons that contractionary policies are not that popular is that it's not that well supported. And if you're a politician whose incentive is to get elected, well, maybe you might want to get more support by leaning towards expansionary policies. But by learning macroeconomics as you are right now, you're becoming a more informed citizen by realizing that sometimes contractionary policies are better than expansionary policies, but other times, expansionary policies are indeed better than contractionary policies.